Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I have found out that Filipinas are literally the most evil, diabolical women on planet Earth for one particular reason. And I need y'all to stay tuned so that y'all can hear me out. Okay? At this point in time, you probably would have thought that I found my wife cheating or something's going on dramatic in my life that's putting me in a position to make such a statement. But at the same time, something dramatic has happened in my life. Okay? If you guys have been a part of the channel and the experience for any period of time, you may have noticed, probably barely, but a small, slight little body transformation, right? Even if you don't see my body on a regular basis, pause, you can see it in the face. Good doc, been slimming and trimming it up. Trying, right? Trying to keep, get back into a healthier body, you see? But despite that, if anybody's looking for a quality partner in life, one of the things that you pay attention to is the aesthetic, right? How beautiful this particular person looks to you, right? You would probably want your young lady, or dude if that's your vibe, to be in shape, right? Or to look good for you, or whatever that shape is for you, right? Whether it's a little on chunky side, you like them a little thick, you like them tight frame, whatever it may be, whatever your frame is, that's one thing that you're looking for in a partner, right? And there's typically one other thing that most people are looking for in a partner, or somebody that they're gonna be with long term. I'm gonna give you about 2 seconds to answer it in your mind, and then I'm gonna tell you, okay? 1, 2. You want your partner to be able to cook, right? I don't know about y'all, but I know about me. I like to eat. Now, some of y'all may be like, you know what, Doc? I don't need it. You feel me? As long as my girl look good and we can go out to eat, she ain't got to cook for me. Maybe that's your vibe. But for the greater majority of people looking for a partner, you want somebody to be able to cook for you, right? You want to be able to eat. But here's where the diabolical evilness of Filipinas starts to come out. When they find somebody they like, when they find somebody they really, really like, and when I say like, I really mean like, because there's this weird thing about like meaning love and love meaning like. So if I hear a Filipino say they love me, that's mean they like me. But if they like you, for some reason it's love. Maybe you guys understand the dynamic. If there's somebody who's Filipino in the comment section, let me know. Let the people know, let the audience know if I'm tripping or not about the like, love, like. But when they like you, the one thing they want to do is feed you, okay? Now, when they feed you, you're not just eating one meal here, another meal there. No, ladies and gentlemen, the Filipino structured menu for a typical day is breakfast, merienda, which is a snack, lunch, merienda, which is a snack, dinner, merienda, and a snack. So you're eating roughly 6 times a day. 3 snacks, 3 meals. And I don't know about y'all, but if you're not working out, or you lazy, or you comfortable, you might be on vacation trying to live your best life, one thing that's gonna happen is your ass gonna get fat. And one thing that I've noticed, and I love my wife, but she diabolical as fuck for doing this, when they like you, they cook for you, and they cook for you a lot. And when they cook, the expectation is your ass gonna eat. So if you eating, because you don't want to say no to your girl, like, baby girl, you ain't got to cook like that. I'm good. Just feed me 1 time a day. I'm good. No. They're going to want to feed you and feed you and feed you and feed you. And it's hard for you to say no because they're feeding you possibly the things that you actually like to eat, all right? So they're feeding you and you don't want to make them feel bad by saying, no, I don't want this. Oh, God, he's making me feel bad. I can't cook. I'm the worst cook in the world, right? They're making you feel guilty for saying no. So what do? Stuff your fat ass face, right? Or your little skinny face, turn a fat face. And it's crazy because it's one of those very subtle things that Filipinos who like you or love you, like you, they do that in an effort to plump you up, right? Now, a lot of people may not understand this about some Asian dynamics. I think Korea has this kind of vibe about them. I know in the Philippines, it is a vibe. But if you're not really sure how this goes or you're not really familiar with this, I want to give you a quick explanation. When you're fat, you're looked at as wealthy, or you're looked at as healthy, or you're looked at as somebody that's worthy of being with because you're able to eat, right? You're eating. Your health, it's not even healthy, like you're healthy, but it's like you're a healthy human being. Like, oh my God, this man can afford to feed himself, i.e., we can afford to be fed. I don't have to worry about starving, right? There's this mentality that a bigger person is wealthy in nature, right? Not necessarily rich in abundance and stuff like that, but they can afford to eat. And they want to be with guys that they know can afford to eat. So in most situations, some Filipinas, I'm not saying all of them, they're pretty cool with the idea of you being fat, right? They're cool with it. Diabolical, evil. They're okay with you being chubby. You want to know why they're okay with you being chubby? Because they know that you're eating good, and heaven forbid, and I know you've heard this before in some situations, but heaven forbid you go to a relative's house, right? Or you and your significant other go to a relative's house and they look at you, oh my God, you're so skinny, you need to eat. And they look at your wife or your girlfriend or whoever you with, and they're like, yo, are you feeding him? Like, they will get scolded for that. Like, that is a big thing amongst Filipino culture and Philippine family. Like, your guy can't be out here looking ragged. He can't be out here looking skinny as fuck. We gotta have some meat on his bones. That's just the way that it is. All right? In the United States, you guys know it ain't really like that. If you're hustling, you're bustling, you're moving, and you're grooving and stuff like that, you're not really worried about eating, right? You'll get a meal in when you can get one in, but it's not often, right? You might snatch a snack here or something like that. That's not really good for you, but you may eat one solid meal a day, right? If you're lucky. But in the Philippines, no, you're gonna eat your meals. There is something fundamentally sound about the idea of sitting down and eating a meal. In most of these foreign countries, like I said, I've known it in Korea. Like I said, the whole idea of being chubby and stuff like that, it's a good look on you for some young ladies because of that mentality that you're perceived as being rich or you got money. But at the same time, there's something about sitting down and having a meal and sharing a meal, whether it be with your friends, your barkada, or, of course, your significant other, whatever it is. There's something about sharing the meal that must be done, right? You're going to sit down, you're going to have it. You're not going to just sit in front of the TV and watch TV while you eat. That's not traditional. You're going to sit at the table with the family or with your girl or your guy or whatever, and you're just going to eat, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about a day if that's going to be what it is. But there's something fundamentally sound about eating a meal. So with that being said, when I talk about the evilness and the diabolical, sometimes these girls be just getting you fat on purpose because they don't want you to look good in the eyes of others, right? They want you to eat. And they're going to keep feeding you. They're going to make you feel guilty if you don't eat, right? Oh my God, you're so skinty. You need to eat. Oh my God, you dated a Filipina. How many times have they asked you, oh, have you eaten today? Did you eat? But I swear to God, when me and the wife were going through it in our first early stages of whatever the fuck we was doing, wherever we are right now, every other text, oh, did you eat? Right? And you get that with most girls, like most Filipinas. Oh, did you eat? Usually it's just a conversation starter or whatever, but they're dead ass serious. Like, they want to know if you fed yourself when you're apart. Because I promise you, when you're together, they're going to feed you until you're fat and gluttonous. It's going to get crazy in these streets. So when I talk about the evil diabolical, it's very subtle, right? They making you fat because they don't want you to be attracted to other girls. Sometimes that may backfire, sometimes it may not. But at the same time, as a man, you got to put your foot down and say, yo, we're good. I can eat like this only if I'm working out, right? But, you can get real comfortable in the Philippines, y'all. The real relaxed nature of the people and the culture and stuff like that. You can really get comfortable. When you get comfortable, but you still grubbing desserts, all kinds of shit, because the Filipino is just an amazing cook, hopefully. Getting fat is almost inevitable. So, guys, avoid this before it gets bad, right? If you ain't got a girl yet, you're thinking about it. Some guys have already fallen victim. I am so sorry that this video didn't come out sooner. But for those of you who haven't fallen victim to this yet, just keep in mind and be conscientious of what you eat. And keep in mind the reason why she's trying to plump you up. She wants to look good for the family. Oh, I feed my man. And A, she don't want you to look good in front of nobody. So when I talk about the evil diabolical, keep that in the back of your mental, right here in the back of your head. Appreciate y'all locking in, man. It's been a good day. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Talk us out.